Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and welcome to your weekly tarot card reading. For this week's reading, I am using the Tarot for the Great Outdoors by JQ Garden, illustrations by Sharisse Steber. All right, now my whiny little cat is in the background. Whenever I start a video, she likes to show up and just start whining. So I might put her in another room if she keeps it up. But I just want to let you know that my intention for this week's reading is to get fresh ideas and inspiration for the week ahead. All right, now, if you're new here, welcome. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment if you feel called to. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. And again, if you're not subscribed yet and you like these videos, I would so appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's start with the first card. This is for the beginning of the week, so Monday and Tuesday, and we have the Fool, and I love that we have the very first card in the major arcana for the beginning of the week. So the Fool has this really exuberant kind of newbie energy, like when you start a new hobby, when you discover something new, or even, starting a new job, or if you're a student starting a new class or a new school year. There's something kind of fresh and exciting about this card. It's also a card of being a beginner at something and being kind of in those beginning stages of learning something new. And so I love the Fool because it has this quality of newness and excitement. And there's this real burst of optimistic energy with this card. But at the same time, when you're new at something, you're learning. And so you might make mistakes. So I feel like with this card comes this it's almost like in order to learn something, in order to have new experiences, and in order to kind of have a fresh start in a new adventure, you also have to be willing to make mistakes, and you have to be okay with things not being perfect, and you have to allow yourself to also not be perfect at things. So the message I get with this card at the beginning of the week is to really enjoy life, get out there, be willing to kind of get out of your comfort zone, and adopt an attitude of optimism as much as you can, but also being really kind of gentle with yourself and giving yourself a pass for, it's okay to make some mistakes. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be good, especially if you're learning something new. Chances are you're not going to be good at it at first. So it's okay. And there's a sense of freedom in that. So there's almost this unself-conscious kind of energy with this card. Okay, let's have a look at let me say some more. I'm not done with the Fool yet. Okay, so the Fool asks you, what new horizon do you want to explore? This could be something major, like you want to change your career, you want to get a new job, or you want to move to a new place, or you want to start a new relationship with someone, or you want to travel somewhere and go on a literal adventure. Or it could be you want to learn a new hobby or a new skill or sign up for a new course or something like that. So it could be something big that requires a big shift or something smaller. But the Fool asks you, what new thing do you want to explore? Especially as you begin this week. I think there's going to be opportunities for making a fresh start this week, exploring something new, learning something new. And if you go into it with this attitude of optimism and, not being a perfectionist, it's going to make the journey so much more enjoyable. And then as we get into the middle of the week, we have Knight of Blades. So that's Knight of Swords. And here we have a shift in seasons. This kind of looks like it might be fall, late summer, kind of September, what we're in now. And then we have wintertime with the Knight of Blades. So I'm just going to look and see what's happening on this card. Okay, so this Knight, he's got dynamite. He's on skis. Okay, so the Knight of Blades or Knight of Swords, he has this real, he has a lot of energy and focus. What he's really good at is honing in on one thing and really finding like a sense of purpose and something to focus on. And he's really good at just honing in on that one thing and kind of tuning out all the other stuff and focusing on that one important task that needs to be done. So the Knight of Blades invites you to tap into this kind of energy this week. It will be beneficial to you if you take a kind of a less is more approach where you figure out, okay, what is really important this week? What am I going to focus on this week? What tasks need to be done? What's at the top of my to-do list? And being able to just tune out distractions. So that might mean turning your phone off for a certain period of time, not looking at, social media or going offline for a little bit, whatever you need to do to like really tune out those distractions and get things done. So that's the energy of the Knight of Blades. Now, he's very focused. He's very hardworking. He kind of has a one-track mind. And so you don't want to stay in that mode all week because you can't. You'll burn out. That's the thing. Like this little stick of dynamite is a really good symbol for the Knight of Blades. Like he has this dynamite ability to make a big impact in a short amount of time by really focusing his energy on one or two things. But that explosion, that burst of energy, that's not something that can be maintained for very long. So it's like a quick kind of thing. Okay. Ooh, we have a reverse card. Okay, so I reversed a few of the cards and shuffled them in just because I'm kind of challenging myself a little bit, mixing things up and reading reversals. I don't normally read reversals, but I want a little bit of a challenge, so I added some reverse cards in the deck. So we have the Three of Sticks or Three of Wands, and it's reversed. So let's talk about it upright first, and then we'll talk about what it means reversed. So Three of Wands, this is one of those cards that I'm always kind of like, ugh, what does it mean? It's one that I kind of struggle with a little bit. Not that it's not a bad card, but it's just one of those cards where I'm like, I don't know. I know we all have cards like that. So I love the scene that's happening on the Three of Wands here. It's a very like kind of happy, abundant environment. There's a peacefulness to it. The Three of Wands actually has to do with like manifestation and abundance and kind of reaping what you sow. So the woman here is looking around. She's got the apples, there's roses, there's flowers, there's fruit. And these are all things that at one point she planted. So it's like she's surrounded by the fruits of her labor. So this is about kind of noticing where you're at, what you've created, and kind of taking stock of things. Now, what does it mean reversed? This is tricky. So reversed, you might feel that you're putting effort into things and not seeing results. That's the main thing I get with this. So when it comes to the weekend, you might think, gee, I really put effort into this, this, and this, and I'm not really getting much back, or I'm not moving the needle. I'm not seeing much progress in the things that I'm putting effort into. So that might come up for you on the weekend, but the message, the more spiritual message that I get with this card is to let go of these kinds of expectations this weekend. So I think sometimes we think, well, if I'm not getting results from something, it means I'm not successful. But the Three of Sticks reversed is saying, just chill out. let go of this idea that you always have to be getting results or things have to take shape and be a certain way. Just relax this weekend. Just enjoy the moment and enjoy your surroundings, and just let go of this idea that you have to be going somewhere and that you have to be making an effort and getting results. Now I'm going to look at all the cards together now. It's interesting that this card comes after the Knight of Blades because he's all about getting results and getting things done. And so you may find that you have this burst of energy midweek, or even like the Fool also, there's like enthusiasm and optimism with this card. There's a certain openness at the beginning of the week, and that might give way to more focus. And it's interesting that everyone has a red jacket. So red jacket, red jacket. So everyone's wearing that red jacket. So it's almost like it's the same person, maybe not. And everyone's carrying something different. So the Fool has a walking stick. Knight of Blades has the stick of dynamite. Three of Sticks, the basket of apples. Those are all very different symbols. There's a gathering of a gathering. I don't know why I'm talking about this because I'm not sure what to make of it, but I feel like the openness and optimism at the beginning of the week might give way to more focused energy. And then you might get frustrated on the weekend. So you may feel like, I'm focusing on this and this, and I'm not getting the results I thought I would or whatever. And the message I get here is just relax, be patient, and sometimes your efforts don't show up the way that you think they're going to show up. And that is just the spice of life. It's the spice of life that we don't always, things don't always turn out how we plan or how we think they're going to be. So again, like remaining open, being like the Fool. The Fool doesn't really have an agenda. The Fool is open to diving into these new experiences, taking the scenic route, and seeing what happens. There's no real plan with the Fool. The Fool is in it not to win it, but the Fool is in it for the adventure, for the experience. They don't really care too much about succeeding or not succeeding. They just want to explore and have experiences. So I think, again, adopting this attitude of the Fool is throughout the week is going to be really helpful for most of us. So I'm just going to take one last look at the cards. And as always, I invite you to, have a look at these cards as well and share your own ideas, your own insights. I want to say the symbol of the mountain is looming large. Like I already pointed out the red jacket with all the cards, but I'm noticing the symbol of the mountain. So we have a bunch of mountains in the background, but the Fool is standing on this precipice, this peak, this mountain peak. And the Knight of Blades, I'm going to assume that, there's mountains in the background. I'm going to assume that he's getting ready to ski down a mountain. He could be cross-country skiing, but I see there's lots of mountains in the background here as well. And then we also have a mountain in the Three of Sticks. So it's in the background. And I think that mountains are like a symbol of achievement and like a challenge, something to be conquered, something to be climbed, a summit to climb. But Three of Sticks, it's reversed. So it's like letting go of this goal-focused mentality, if that's something that makes sense to you. Kind of, there doesn't always have to be a goal. There doesn't always have to be a destination. Sometimes it's nice to just space out in your veggie garden like this lady. You don't always have to be striving for something. Okay, so that's what I got from these cards. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my reading. I hope you took a little something out of it. You can find out more about me on my website, dailytarotgirl.com, and of course on this YouTube channel. I post these readings every week. don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope that you have a beautiful week.